fight.
How's it going, everyone? James Lynch here doing a quick reaction video to the Curtis Blaydes, Derrick Lewis UFC Vegas 19 main event, which took place tonight at the Apex in Las Vegas. If you haven't seen the fight, turn this video off right now. All right, it is Derrick Lewis getting the second round KO victory. I was going to say TKO, but it was definitely a KO knockout over Curtis Blaydes, who's out cold for the very first time in his career. I know Blaydes has been knocked out 2 other times by Francis Ngannou, but that's the first time he's been out cold where they have to get him up. So this is a huge win for Derrick Lewis. Let's do a quick recap of the fight. First round, Curtis Blaydes looking pretty solid, actually. His striking was on point, tried to go for the takedown. Derrick Lewis stuffed it. Curtis Blaydes, though, a lot faster, using that jab really well, getting the knee up the middle, and also threw a couple elbows as well. There was an eye poke in that first round, but I thought overall Blaydes looked good. He had a good, strong start to this one. Second round, same thing. Curtis Blaydes throwing bombs, looking great. Striking's on point, but Derrick Lewis, of course, was just sort of, being a bit of a possum in a certain way where, Blaydes is throwing shots and he's looking a little bit tired. You're not sure what's happened. And then for whatever reason, Curtis Blaydes decides to go to his wrestling, and that's where Derrick Lewis is able to capitalize. So Blaydes is shooting for the takedown, literally putting his head down like this, and Lewis is throwing an uppercut. It reminded me a bit of the Fabricio Verdum Junior Dos Santos fight, which took place years ago, where Verdum got knocked out. JDS was throwing an uppercut. Verdum had his head down. Same sort of thing with Blaydes, where he had his head down trying to go for the takedown. It was literally the worst thing Curtis could have done and the best thing Derrick could have done, doing that uppercut in the fight. So this really changes things. Blaydes was a huge favorite in the fight tonight. Obviously had the 2 losses to Ngannou, but at this point, Lewis is right up there. So you've got obviously Alexander Volkov, who's there, but Blaydes holds a win over Volkov, so he's out of the equation. You've got the main event coming up next Saturday, February 27th. You've got Jairzinho Rozenstruik and you have Cyril Gane. I would imagine the winner of that fight is going to fight Derrick Lewis next. I think that makes a lot of sense. You've also got John Jones in the equation now. What I think is going to happen, Stipe and Ngannou fight, Jones fights the winner, and then you get the winner of next Saturday's fight against Derrick Lewis. That makes sense to me. Not sure what you guys think. And for Curtis Blaydes, obviously a really tough setback for him. I think just in general, his athleticism beats most of the guys in the division, but obviously this is another knockout loss. Heavyweight division is a bit weird right now with all the activity going up at the top, so this might not be the worst thing for Curtis Blaydes, because he would have to get some fights anyways, even if had he won this fight this evening. So we'll see what the UFC decides to do with him next. But like I said, huge win for the Black Beast tonight. Derrick Lewis getting the second round knockout over Curtis Blaydes, which, by the way, the prop for the second round finish for Derrick Lewis, I should say, was plus 1,400. So if any of you cashed on that, congratulations. Follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at Lynch on Sports. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, youtube.com/Lynch on Sports. And I've got a Patreon now. You guys can find all the information for that in the comment section, patreon.com/Lynch on Sports. I'm James Lynch, and I'll see you next time.
Let's kick it off, Jack, cross to the beat, beating you MMA. He is the main course of the feast. Lynch on Sports, the force. He's got his ears to the streets. Uppercutting with knowledge, shaking the brain with breakdowns of the game with that original flow. Head kicks with the pros, picks of the fights or anything in the